The domestic.
Coming up next on Channel 6, your 24-hour news source. Severe weather hits the state. We'll show you the damage, plus the complete forecast from meteorologist Dan Satterfield. And 2 western states continue to clean up after last night's deadly tornadoes. A fire kills 3 people and leaves 4 in the hospital. Also a red, white, and blue salute that is sky high. These stories and more next on Channel 6, your 24-hour news source.
America's watching ABC.
Your skin is vulnerable every day to the aging effects of ultraviolet rays. But now at Walmart, it's easy to defend yourself. With new UV Daily Defense Body Lotion from Vaseline Intensive Care. It moisturizes and softens as it defends. The Walmart price is just $1.97 for 5.5 ounces, just $2.72 for 9 ounces. Defend your youth with new UV from Vaseline Intensive Care. Defend your budget with the Walmart price. Walmart, always.
Ceiling collapses at Ronnie Martin Furniture at Westlake Mall in Bessemer due to heavy rain. Thousands of furniture items were damaged. Sofas, chairs, bedroom suites, and bedding. This furniture will be sold for as little as 30 cents on the dollar and less. This furniture must be moved from the premises at once. This is an emergency. Terms available: Visa, MasterCard, no layaways. Some items just make an offer. All sales are final. Ronnie Martin Furniture, Westlake Mall in Bessemer, open Friday 10 to 10 and Sunday 1 to 5.
If you had South Central Bell's call block...
Hello?
You could tell your phone to stop most annoying callers. From ever annoying you again. So get call block now and save the $20 connection charge. Then, with a touch of a few buttons...
No way, Bub. You're not getting through again.
You can rest easy.
I thought I wanted an import. Then I saw the new 91 Ford Escort.
Fact, the Escort is completely redesigned with a more fuel-efficient engine and more power.
And it's still just as affordable. How did they do that?
Fact, the new Escort is already the best-selling small car in America. Now get $500 cash back or low 5.9% APR financing. But hurry, this is a limited-time offer. See your local Ford dealer today. Quality people, quality products.
See for yourself.
Hello, I'm Ronald Reagan. I'd like to invite you to become a host family for the American Intercultural Student Exchange by calling 1-800-SIBLING. Thank you.
You're watching Channel 6, your 24-hour news source. Now, from Alabama's first team, Terry Denard, meteorologist Dan Satterfield with the Doppler 6 forecast, and Ron Grillo with sports. Alabama's #1 source for news. This is Channel 6 News Weekend.
You're looking at the damage from today's severe weather. High winds blew over trees and down power lines across the state. Good evening, I'm Terry Denard. Thanks for joining us tonight on Channel 6, your 24-hour news source. Today's severe weather is causing problems tonight, not only power outages, but some people are dealing with damage to their homes. Although most of the damaging weather was north of Birmingham, several tornadoes were sighted in Chilton County earlier today, but there were no reports of any touchdowns. In Thorsby, which is south of Birmingham, about 30 people took cover at City Hall while a tornado moved across that city. In North Alabama, wind damage in Blount County was extensive, but no injuries were reported. The roof on this home was blown off. The family inside had to look for other shelter for the night. They packed up some clothes and other items that could be salvaged. There were many downed trees in the area. A few cars were damaged, but many of the trees fell on homes in Earl McKay's neighborhood.
I would say the wind gust was 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, something of that nature. I didn't see any funnel clouds myself.
There was damage in Jasper as well. These pictures come from newshawk Edward Watson. The winds caused the damage. Many trees were blown down, not only on top of cars, but also on houses. Power is still out in the area because of the down power lines. Many power customers are in the dark tonight. In Jasper, 10,000 homes are without power. Carbon Hill, more than 1,000. Dora, 3,000. 4,000 customers are without power in Jefferson County. In the Anniston-Gadsden area, about 5,000 homes are without power. The total for the state is 25,000. The crews will continue to work through the night on the outages. The cleanup continues out west after deadly tornadoes touched down last night. 29 people were killed by the tornadoes across Kansas and Oklahoma, and at least 1,500 people are homeless tonight. The most severe damage was in the town of Andover in Kansas. Kansas Governor Joan Finney has issued a state disaster declaration, the first step to getting federal assistance. Here's Bud Fotopoulos with more on the cleanup today, as well as some incredible pictures of the tornadoes.
These are just a few of the funnel clouds that rumbled through the central part of the nation last night. More than 100 touchdowns were reported from South Dakota down into Mississippi. The damage and injuries they inflicted are still being counted. This is what the people of Andover, Kansas faced, a huge dark cloud that all but blew away the town of 5,000, 10 miles east of Wichita. This rare scene was captured by a home video camera. The devastation at Andover was awesome. At least 16 people were killed here, most of them residents of the Golden Spur Mobile Home Park.
Probably 1,500 people are homeless now as a result of this, so that's roughly a third of our community.
500 homes were damaged by the tornado. Warnings have been issued about 20 minutes before it struck, and people took shelter. But waiting it out was tough.
You feel so helpless, and you feel like you're gonna die.
The job of combing through the rubble went on today. Authorities looking for, hoping not to find, more bodies. People searching for whatever they could salvage. The destruction was not as bad elsewhere, but at Garber, Oklahoma last night, Teresa Taylor was trapped beneath her home until rescue workers dug her out. She was unhurt. Taylor says she is grateful whatever she lost can be replaced. Bud Fotopoulos, ABC News.
4 people are in the hospital tonight and 3 people died in a fire today at a seniors care center. The fire happened in the Duck Springs community in Etowah County. This private care home was destroyed in the fire. It was home for 7 people. 4 of the victims escaped with burns and are in stable condition at University Hospital. Some firefighters also received minor burns as they tried to rescue the residents. They were treated and released from a local hospital. One of the burn victims in the hospital is the owner of the home. The names of all of the dead have not been released. One victim has been identified as the owner of the home's father, 54-year-old James Dillard. Another victim was a 97-year-old woman. More than a dozen firefighters and volunteers continued to search these woods today for a missing Bessemer woman. 85-year-old Ann Sullivan was last seen Wednesday in the Bessemer area. A small amount of blood was found on her bed, so police have not ruled out the possibility of foul play. Hundreds of Kurdish refugees are in safe refugee camps tonight, thanks to the U.S. Today, U.S. helicopters airlifted refugees from Turkish camps to a tent city. The first group consisted of 250 men so that they could help with the continuing construction of the camp. The men were also on hand first to see for themselves that the camps are safe from the Iraqi government. Meteorologist Dan Satterfield has your complete Doppler 6 forecast a little later, and some teachers take their complaints to Washington state capitol. Plus, a closer look at a way to save for your child's college tuition. That's next on Channel 6, your 24-hour news source.
This week, why not relax and let us make breakfast? Because right now, we're having a breakfast special at Burger King. A flaky egg and cheese croissant sandwich for just 99 cents with your choice of ham, bacon, or sausage. So relax and try a 99-cent croissant sandwich at Burger King. Your way, right away.
Well, have you made an executive decision yet?
Oh, of course. Al, this Encore lasagna is delicious. I love the way it's made. So rich, so meaty. I'm going to take some home.
Wait, didn't I tell you that Encore is a 2-pound family-size entree?
Right.
Is that too much food for one person?
Right.
Then don't you need a family like mine to help you eat it all?
Wrong.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
I love this stuff.
At Parnell's, we sell tractor-trailer loads of innerspring mattress sets. Sets start in twin size at $98 and full-size sets $118. We also sell chiropedic sets with a 15-year warranty Full-size sets are $298, and you still get 12 months free interest every day. At Parnell's, you never pay retail.
Parnell's, Birmingham, Gaston, Hueytown, and Centerpoint.
These people are in a total over their daily intake of fat and sodium.
Look how they suffer.
With lustful lasagna, tender young chicken,
Let me tell you.
all with a fraction of the forbidden fat and sodium you're allowed every day.
Yeah.
And who makes these little 95% fat-free numbers?
The one and only.
Stouffer's Lean Cuisine.
Taste you can love for life.
Closed captioning of the Channel 6 News is sponsored by your Heart of Alabama Chevrolet Geo dealers.
State leaders are touring Alabama promoting the prepaid college tuition program. Enrollment begins next month. When you join, the program guarantees to pay the cost of an education at any Alabama state college or university. But the difference between what you pay into the plan and what the plan is worth when your child starts school is taxable. Uncle Sam also has a tuition plan using federal savings bonds. Interest on bonds used for college is tax-free. Right now, many teachers in one state aren't in the classrooms. About 13,000 striking teachers and their supporters crowded the Washington state capitol today. They are renewing a call for dramatic increases in spending for education. About 20,000 Washington teachers in 32 school districts have been on strike since April 18th, which means no classes for the more than 300,000 students. Still no sign that a strike by Montana state employees is coming to an end. Today marked the third day of the walkout. That walkout forced National Guard troops to stand guard over prisons and care for elderly patients. About 5,000 workers, including prison guards, highway patrol officers, clerical workers, and state hospital attendants, walked off the job Thursday. The issue? A 60-cent an hour salary increase. Well, the countdown is back on for the launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery. NASA is preparing to start fueling the shuttle for tomorrow's launch from Cape Canaveral. The shuttle's main cargo includes a set of instruments needed to conduct Star Wars research. Liftoff has already been scrubbed once. There is some concern that morning fog could postpone this attempt at liftoff. Do you remember your high school prom? Well, coming up, we'll tell you about a special prom present for some teens. But next, meteorologist Dan Satterfield says the worst is over for tonight, but tomorrow could be another rough one. He has your Doppler 6 forecast next on Channel 6 News, your 24-hour news and weather source.
Got the marketing plan? I do. Sales forecast?
Right here.
Presentation boards?
Murphy's got them.
Where's Murphy?
The final boarding call for Delta Flight 6.
Maddie Klein knows careers are riding on Delta flights.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes. Better go.
Nobody told me how to cast.
Nobody knew.
Passengers should now be on board.
Maybe that's why more business people fly Delta than ever before.
Mr. Murphy, you have a nice trip.
Thanks. Already had one.
Delta, we love to fly and it shows.
This is Pontiac Green Light excitement time. So it's time to move because your Pontiac dealer has been given the go on deals like these. $1,000 cash back on any new 91 Grand Am you buy. Or lease a new 91 Grand Am LE Coupe for no down payment at just $199 a month. And that includes air, automatic, stereo cassette, and much more. Go for the green now. $1,000 cash back or $199 a month. See Crown, Hoover, King, Anniston, Wayne Gargus, Birmingham, or Bartley, Tuscaloosa.
Catch all the WLAF action. Sundays at noon only on Channel 6, your big-time sports station.
It's not so lonely at the top. Not with Hardee's new roast beef toppers. Now that roast beef's got company. Bacon and cheddar. Mushroom and Swiss. Lettuce and tomato. Oh, yeah. It ain't lonely at the top, not with Hardee's new roast beef toppers. Get a roast beef topper combo with crispy curls and medium coke for just $2.99, only at Hardee's.
This is Lipton tea time. This is the taste. This is the cool of a satisfied face. This is refreshment that's one of a kind. This is Lipton tea time. So clean, so crisp, the taste
then has had just a moment to catch your breath. It may not last long.
It's nice to kind of sit down here for a few minutes. It's been a busy evening, and it looks like we're going to have more before the night is done. I'm hoping to get a couple of hours sleep, and we'll show you what's going on here in a few minutes. First of all, let's give you the 10 o'clock currents here in Birmingham. Yeah, the stars are shining out there. We have fair skies, 68 degrees, and if you were watching at 6 o'clock or 5:30, you know the temperature then was 62. Yes, we have risen 6 degrees, and yes, that's a bad sign. Humidity at 91%, pressure falling now slightly at 2989. A south wind at 8 miles per hour continues to bring up the moisture from the south. The high this afternoon, the airport up to 76, our high at 72. Montgomery hit 85 today, our record 89 and 87. Low this morning, 66 at the airport, and we've had 87 1/100ths of an inch of rain. Sun rises in the morning at 6:07. I don't think you're going to see it. It'll probably be cloudy and maybe even raining and storming. Let's show you the Doppler 6 lightning detection system. Thankfully, all the heavy storms are out of range of radar, but we're still seeing the lightning from them across eastern Georgia, the Carolinas, moving off the coast of Florida and Georgia. And yes, even a few strikes within about 100 miles of the Cape. Weather is iffy for the launch tomorrow morning. But look at this. Look what's coming our way. A big cluster of thunderstorms, all severe across Louisiana, southern Arkansas. You can see the track of these moving right into Mississippi. And yes, they're issuing severe thunderstorm warnings all over the place. More storms back out in Texas. Golf ball-sized hail to tennis ball-sized hail falling out of this cluster of storms, and it may make it into Alabama around 2 to 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. They have a severe thunderstorm watch up for a good chunk of central Mississippi. Across the state tonight, temperatures look like this. Mainly they're in the 60s with a few low 70s down to the south with 74 in Montgomery and Mobile. Up to the north, Muscle Shoals at 62. And look at Gadsden. They had rain. The air up to the north and east a little drier, funneling and dropping down into the valley. They're the cool spot around tonight at 58 degrees. Here's the regional radar. Now, this may confuse you because there's been some rain earlier around Jackson, so they're getting a little ground echo around Jackson radar, the Athens, Georgia radar, and the Daytona Beach radar. But this is the composite of a bunch of radars. And here's that cluster of storms coming out of Louisiana right along the Mississippi River. These are mean. They're moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour. The storm system out west, one swirl here, then the cold front right back down across eastern Texas. The upper level storm continues to send out little impulses across the southeast. The air is very unstable. All it takes is just a little one to kick off some mean thunderstorms. This frontal system, by the way, is already stalled out, and as this low weakens, this next system here is going to produce a new low tomorrow out here in Kansas, and this front is actually going to back up. And under this low pressure aloft today, Salt Lake City broke their snowfall record, a half a foot of snow on the Wasatch Front. Forecast map tomorrow. See the front backs up, the low in Oklahoma. Severe weather in eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. You guessed it, around here. Even some snow up in the high elevations of the Rockies. If we get up into the 80s around here tomorrow, and I think we will, that means Mother Nature is going to get awful mean again tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Monday, more storms as well till this front gets by sometime on Tuesday. Forecast tonight. Count on some thunderstorms around late tonight. Hopefully they'll weaken. That's a possibility, not a good one. The low 65, although we'll probably hold at 68 most of the night. Tomorrow, storms likely, some severe. The high temperature 76. The 5-day planning forecast, the storms in Tuesday, clearing out on Wednesday and Thursday, and I could use a break.
I bet. Look out early in the morning.
We'll be here and get those NOAA weather radios, set them up for the alarm to go off. We'll wake you up.
Okay, thanks. Most of us remember our high school prom, but here's a story of some teens who will never forget theirs, thanks to a New York investment banker. Dan Houghton says he was touched by a newspaper report on poverty in the Williamsburg, Kentucky area, especially about the story of a high school senior who said her family couldn't afford to buy a prom gown. To remedy the situation, Houghton got former Harvard Business School classmates to donate their prom gowns. Later on Channel 6 News Weekend, a high-flying salute. But next in sports, the Lakers are one game away from sending the Rockets home until next season. And down on the Plains, the Bowden offense outdistances the Auburn defense in the A-Day game. Sports is next on Channel 6, your 24-hour news and sports source.
See? Termites. This is going to cost a fortune.
We should have called the Orkin man.
The exterminator.
Even a little termite damage can cost a lot. For less than it costs to fix this beam, you can protect your entire home with the Orkin man. He destroys termites and makes sure they never return. Guaranteed.
They won't be back.
Orkin. One call destroys them all.
The perfect combination.
perfect is Rally's $1.97 combination? You compare. The everyday price for a similar combo at McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's is over $3. Now, isn't that food for thought? For the perfect combination. Wheel into America's fastest growing hamburger chain. The perfect combination, just $1.97 every day at Rally's.
I just wanna take it slow. I just want a taste that's rich. Introducing Kraft 1898 barbecue sauce. Slowly simmered the old-fashioned way for a rich, rich taste. I just want to take it slow. I just want a taste that's rich. New Kraft 1898. Slowly simmered for a rich, rich taste.
There's something new down on the plane.
Speaking of defense, you know Coach Dye loves defense. When the losing team scores 24 points, he's probably going to lose some sleep. With its proud defense usually far ahead of its offense, you don't expect much scoring in the annual A-Day game at Auburn. The blue team with Stan White at quarterback defeats the White 38-24. Stan was 11 of 17 for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns, including that 45-yarder to Dale Overton. The defense got in its share of licks as it adjusts to a new 4-3 alignment. Look what linebacker Darryl Crawford does to Electron Williams. Darryl is ready to claim the inside for the Tigers. Coach Bowden right there on the right on the sidelines conferring with Coach Callaway and the troops. Thomas Bailey, the freshman from Enterprise, here catching the short toss from Stan as photog Mike Tucker zeroes in on the ground level action. Out of the shotgun, you'll see Stan going to still another wide out. Lou Priester with the reception and the touchdown. Despite the final, both the offense and the defense pleased with the new schemes.
Yeah, I think it's going to allow us to utilize a lot of different people with talent that we hadn't utilized in the past, and that's an important thing for going against defense because we've been sort of predictable in the past. But with this offense, I don't think we won't be as predictable, and we can do a lot of different things with football.
It's a more aggressive style defense, and instead of reading down the line this year, we're more like getting upfield, and it creates a lot of stuff that the offense doesn't like because it screws up their blocking angles when we're taking off and doing a lot of slanting and stuff. And
things just aren't looking good for the Houston Rockets. By Tuesday night, the Texans could be making extensive season-ending vacation plans. Today in the star-filled L.A. Forum, the Lakers took a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series with Houston, despite 31 points from Vernon Maxwell, who attempted 13 three-point shots. And yes, it's Jack Nicholson checking out the Laker ladies from the front row. Meanwhile, across court, some guy trying to pick up the glamorous Diane Cannon. The Lakers were able to concentrate despite the distraction. Magic finishes off the fast break with a pass to Byron Scott as the Lakers roll on the scoreboard. Golden State 111, San Antonio 98. The series even at a game apiece. The Lakers 109, Houston 98, and it was Phoenix 102, Utah 92. That series even at a game apiece. And in the fourth quarter, the 76ers lead Milwaukee 87-84. This early in the baseball season, not much to focus on when the day began. Toronto, the Mets, Pittsburgh, and San Diego, all with a major league leading 11 victories. In Cincinnati, the Reds, after a slow start, playing above 500, hosting the Cubs at Riverfront Stadium. Norm Charlton got off to a less than spectacular start for the Reds. Mark Ray strokes a grounder to the right side, and that placed Jerome Walton with the first run of the game in the first inning. The second inning, the pitcher, Sean Bosky, comes to the plate. NBC almost missed the swing. Bosky, whose only other hit this year was a triple, smacks one over the left center field wall, and that will make the score 3-0. Bosky, the first pitcher to homer for the Cubs in 2 years. He also pitched 7 strong innings. Chicago beat Cincinnati 8-3. It was Pittsburgh. I guess they become the first winner of a dozen games this year as they down the Mets 10-1. Philadelphia 4, San Diego 3 in 12 innings. Houston and Atlanta tied in the 10th. St. Louis nipped Montreal. San Francisco and Los Angeles just starting. In the American League, Detroit beats Toronto. Boston over Kansas City. Oakland beats California. Was Milwaukee 5, Baltimore 2. As I unstick my pages here. In the 6th inning, Chicago leads New York 11-8. Minnesota beats Seattle 7-2. In the 7th, Cleveland and Texas are tied. And in the Southern League at the Met, the Barons having no problem with Knoxville leading 12-2 in the 8th. And in golf today, take you to the Greater Greensboro Open. Duffy Waldorf in the multicolored hat has never won on the PGA Tour, the best he's ever done. Tied for 3rd in the 89 Texas Open, but he is tied for the lead with Bob Walcott at 12 under par, 2 in front of everybody else. Duffy today birdied the first hole, the second hole, the fourth, the fifth, eagle the seventh, and the ninth, and he recorded a 63, a course record tying 63, so he's in good shape right now, but he's got to play 18 more holes.
That putt was when you just kind of want to go up and
it
nudge it on along.
4 different breaks they said it had in it.
All right, thanks, Ron.
Okay, Terry.
Some aerobatics from Desert Storm fighter jets. That high-flying story is next on Channel 6 News, your 24-hour news source.
I'm very tough. When it comes to protecting the people that work for us, I'm extremely tough. I've been accused of being a mother hen to these folks. I require service, and I get it from Blue Cross. It's gratifying to me when an employee walks in and tells me about a claim experience they've had that's been good. It's a good feeling for me to know that they've got the best that we can possibly provide.
The 1991 four-door Chevy S10 Blazer 4x4. Engineered with standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes. Open one up and see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.